You've said some things on this podcast that are going to stick around with me forever.
Like some things that'll get me canceled.
They're just all racist things, and
I hate the blacks.
Clip that. It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, me too.
Hell, you're like Nick Fury. Dude, you bring together all of the Avengers. You know, instead of whatever headquarters they have in Marvel, it's Aft Studio. Bro.
Yeah, huh?
I feel like 60% of the Instagram stories that I see is just people chilling, sleeping on the floor, eating food at your studio.
Hey, then something's working.
Dude, something is working. You guys are piercing the algorithm.
Yeah. You said it, not me. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. That's a very high compliment, though. Yeah.
How's it feel to just kind of like you wake up every single day, you get to make art with some of the dopest artists out of one of the dopest cities in the entire world?
It's tight. It's like, it still doesn't feel real. You know what I mean? Because they're my actual friends from actual childhood, you know, and it just, or just along the way, you know what I mean? It's like there was very little reaching up, you know what I mean? It's all like organic growth, you know? So it's like we do shows and it's like, damn, you got so many big artists, but the artists are just my friends, you know what I mean? And we all just kept believing in each other and believing in ourselves and pushing. So it's like it happened for real. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, people are like, oh my God, bro, I saw the Stunner Man and Frack, you know, we're in your house. And, you know, it's like, I'm like, damn, that is tight. You know what I mean? But it's like, to me, it was just Stunner and Frack were like goofing around with me at my house, you know, which is like, I'm so thankful for like that fact, you know what I mean? Like, and there's still, you know, we're still underpaid and hustling and scrappy and all that. But there's moments where I'm just like, wow, this is like everything I dreamed of. You know what I mean? Like I was like 15 doing the same thing, but like actually no one cared. You know what I mean? And even if now 10 people care, like 10 people really care, and that's beautiful. You know,
dude,
what I mean?
And more than 10 people care. I'll assure you that. As a man of numbers, I'm Asian. More than 10 people care.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys are, as a creative. It's easy. It's easy to shelter yourself, to get ridden with imposter syndrome, and and pursue this journey in a lonesome way. And so, seeing you guys and how you guys roll deep, the first word that comes to mind is community.
Thank you,
dude. And like what you guys are cultivating, and you guys just elevate each other. Like, cause there are collectives out here in the V that I respect. Shout out to like your homies and to Juju Gallery too. But seeing FNG. I mean, in the acronym already, y'all are family.
Yeah.
And that's so dope. I mean, like, what would Aft be without this? What do you think your life would be like?
I mean, it just wouldn't be you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a different. It's not me. You know what I mean? Like, because everything I do is community based and group oriented. You know, I don't really. Art to me is not a solo journey ever. Even if you're doing something on your own, like it's always reflective and gravitational. You know what I mean? There's only 12 notes, so those notes have been played before. You know what I mean? Like, so every chord you're playing, like thousands of your ancestors have played before. You know, however you want to phrase it. But yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like the community is my everything. FNG. Top Chefs, which is my live band, just like the universe that we're all creating, that you're a part of. You know what I mean? It's a cinematic universe.
Dude, the fact that I'm a side character.
You're not a side character. You're a main character.
I'm a main character?
Yeah, you're a main character.
I'm not just a civilian in the Avengers movie that gets destroyed in the rubble.
You're like one of the, I mean this respectfully, I feel like the Marvel fans are finna take it as disrespect, but you're like one of those long form TV shows. Like
oh, dude, I'm down.
Luke Cage or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Daredevil.
Like that. Like it's like there's more of it, and it expands the universe slowly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Daredevil. Like you know what I mean? Like you're documenting.
Wow.
Everything else that's happening, you know what I mean, in long form. Like
I like you, man. I'm upset we didn't meet earlier.
Yeah,
it's quite upsetting.
Likewise.
You came into my household sounding like the most important man, like an important phone call. You're just like, yeah. So how long? How long we performing at this thing? Okay, all right. And then I opened my fridge and I pointed, and you pointed, and you knew exactly what you wanted.
I didn't. I just point.
No, I offered. I definitely offered.
Yeah. Thank you for the hospitality,
dude. I mean, it's in my blood. I have to. If I'm not hospitable to you right now, my mom will sense it from a mile away and will beat my ass with a slipper.
Is your mom really a mile away?
She's about 15 minutes away.
Nice.
So,
also in Vallejo?
Benicia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, we're only 15 minutes. I guess we're 15. Vallejo's not that big. I don't know.
Vallejo, I mean, yeah, it's not the biggest, but it's bigger than Benicia for sure. You come from one of the biggest. I mean, like, you come from like this grid-like city that is one of the. San Francisco holds some of the most notable culture in the entire world, you know? And like you grew up there. What's it feel like to make art? And like, what was like your upbringing like, man?
It doesn't feel like what you said. Like to me, like San Francisco is, I mean, I love it, and it's the best place on earth. To me, it's also the worst in a lot of ways, you know? But growing up in the city was, you know, I mean, it's ground zero for gentrification. And I was like coming of age during that, you know what I'm saying? So that was the craziest part of it is like dealing with constant change, you know, on like a mass scale. And that shit is crazy. You know what I mean? You could talk about like hood politics or like city politics or just like life in the city. But like the real crazy thing I feel like no one's really fully addressed yet, or not that I've heard, is the like, it was ground zero for the phenomenon that is now like the number one thing. You know what I mean? Like everybody's talking about gentrification. It's affecting everywhere now. And like San Francisco was the objective ground zero for that. You know what I mean? Like that shit was hella crazy. You know what I mean? Like the internet didn't exist. And San Francisco was a place for artists and teachers and regular families. And then the internet existed, and suddenly it was a different place. You know what I mean? And now everywhere's experiencing gentrification is very real, but it's like that's such a unique case of gentrification. You know what I mean? Like,
how did you acclimate
before,
to it?
Like there wasn't like an industry of San Francisco. You know what I mean? Like a lot of black folks came to work in the shipyards. Like there were industries, but there was no like Hollywood or Wall Street or you know what I'm saying, Black Mecca or major press outlet like kind of thing where it's like a large faction of people every year move here to do this, and we don't have a major school. You know what I mean? The way that like our major like schools are UC Berkeley and Stanford, you know, which aren't in the city. And then suddenly there was this thing like the internet, the .com boom, and everyone is trying to be in San Francisco. So it was like, I'm just now realizing like that I grew up in that, you know what I mean? That like change.
Even the age that we outside of San Francisco, just this day and age with how there was a catalytic boom of technology.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first cell phone?
I do.
What was it?
It was,
you were able to flip?
Yeah.
That means you were texting honeys. That means if you had one of these, if it was like a BlackBerry, if it was a sidekick, then you were texting.
No, not at all. Not at all.
What were you like as a teenager? What was life like teenage after like?
I feel like I've kind of been the same like my whole life. Like
I believe that.
I grew into like, you know, I'm more confident now. I'm like less pressed, but I was goofy, I was dumb, you know, but sensible when I needed to be. Yeah. Like, you know, I was thoughtful. I cared like about shit, and like I always like, you know, put family and friends and community first. Like that was always, you know, like I was always like, like that, you know, you was talking about my house, like that space has always been like alive with music, alive with whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was always trying to like bring people together and get shit moving.
And you're doing it, dude.
Yeah, like I feel like that's what I'm saying. That's the crazy thing is like I just like I like bringing people together. I like making music with people. I like having fun with people. I like cooking with people. I like joking with people.
Yeah.
And it's like actually insane that I can like make any sort of money doing those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. And I kept hustling, kept doing it. But in the back of my mind I was like, well, at some point I'm gonna have to figure out like I always believed in the music, but I was like, at some point I'm probably gonna have to like do some shit that isn't exactly this.
Yeah.
And it's like now I look up and I'm like, no, you're right. Like we just hang out. Like we do, you know, I'm not downplaying what we do. But at its core, we just are a family that loves each other and makes music and has fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like that was the catalyst, you know.
And you guys have made, I think collectively as a collective, you guys have made hours and hours and hours of immortalized music.
Damn,
that will live beyond y'all.
Thank
And
you.
just from getting to know you, I mean, we had a long conversation downstairs before recording about how important it is as an artist to be more than just your music.
Yeah,
you are the person that walks through that door that says what's up to the person and like has a conversation when no cameras are on.
Yeah.
And I get that from you.
Thank you.
You know, I feel like you're the type of guy, if I'd known you in my earlier years, that I'd go to for wisdom.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm wise, but some people do say I am. But.
I don't know. Look at you got like a wise body posture right now. You straight chilling. Dude, anyone that has like their hoodie half on, which is like, I don't know, which is like, it might rain outside.
I don't know. Might not rain.
With their chain hanging out so people know that you're stunting. Well, no, it's just like, I would go to that guy after a breakup. I'd be like, yo, man, what do I do? Sarah broke up with me type thing.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely, thank you. I don't really have anything else to say, but thank you.
You can tell a lot about a person by the friends that they have too.
Definitely.
You know, like they are walking endorsements of you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, have you always been this sociable type of guy?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think so. Yeah. I think, you know, I mean, I was awkward as a kid.
Break that down. Like, what are some specific awkward traits about young?
I mean, I think that's what I'm saying. I think I'm still the same. I'm just like, I was like more awkward about like, I'm bigger, you know, now I'm like, I own it. I'm like, I'm a big nigga, like whatever. But I was like, I'm taking up too much space, you know what I mean? I've always been hella loud, you feel me? And like, I used to be hella embarrassed that like, I couldn't whisper. So I would like being like, yo, like, is that a da-da-da backpack? And like, they're like, bro, you're not whispering. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so embarrassed. You know what I mean?
I
or like,
connect with you, man.
Whatever. Like, just like, I was the same person. I was just like society, you know, I had to get over like the fact that society like wanted me a certain way. You feel me? It was just that. So like, I was just awkward about things that were a part of fundamentally who I am, you know, but I've always been like, social in the sense of like I love connecting with people. Like now I'm more able to be the first person to be like, what's up? You know what I mean? What's going on? I fuck with what you're doing. But before it was like in my mind I would always be like, I really fuck with what that person's doing. I want to tell them, you know, but I'm too nervous. Like, what if they think I'm weird? Now I don't care. But it's like my mindset was always the same. It was just it took me a while to grow, like, you know, for me to match that mindset.
Yeah. I connect with you a lot. My upbringing is I grew up a big boy. I was a big boy, dude.
For real?
Yeah, man. I was 255 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you a picture after we're done recording. But like, I was a big guy, and it was definitely an insecurity of mine. And I was asthmatic too, so you know, you could hear me coming from like down the hall.
Shout out to Frack.
Dude, shout out to Frack. Shout out to asthma. Shout out to anyone just going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and like But I wouldn't change it for the world because, and I've said this a lot before, but if you were born as the conventional good-looking individual, then you're going to be two-dimensional. You would have no personality.
Yeah.
But when it's rough out here on the streets, you know, for bigger boys like us, you know, I had to develop a personality.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. But And I was awkward too, man.
Yeah,
I completely get that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the thing is everyone's awkward. You just own it or you don't. You know, like, yeah.
It's cool to be
no
weird
elaboration. Now. I mean, it's just like everyone has quirks. You know what I mean? Just some quirks are like considered more like normal. You feel me? Like the way grown white men obsess about like the calves of basketball players and stuff.
So
like grown straight white men. They're like, Steph's calves are looking great in this match. Oh, the Timberwolves are going down. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that's just in their circles is like normal.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like they're equally as obsessed with basketball and their favorite players as like people are obsessed with like anime or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just that mainstream America doesn't understand, or especially like prior to 2-3 years ago, doesn't understand it. So that's seen as more weird, but everyone's obsessed with something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like definitely super obsessed with hip hop. And like, you know, if I record myself talking about it and listen back, I'm like, wow, I sound insane. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I'm a black man who's obsessed with hip hop. So no one's like, bro, that's weird. You know, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? But it's like, people are obsessed with stuff. We have like you know, some people are obsessed with gossip. That's normal to, you know, people. Some people are obsessed with politics and that's normal but boring to people. You know what I mean? But it's like, everyone has things that they like, you know, suddenly I'm in the conversation and I'm like, did you know this? Did you know that? You know what I mean? It's just like some things are societally cool to be like that and some things are not. You know what I mean? But like, so I'm saying is that everyone has quirks, everyone has different facets that make them who they are. And like, the more I grow, the more I'm just like, you got to accept it. And like, you know, if they're being their authentic self, then that's tight. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's cool. I mean, obviously, you are obsessed with the thing that you love the most.
Right, yeah,
the thing that you think of right
and how
when you
you
wake
ever
up.
knock someone for being obsessed with what they love and doing what they love.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So,
I mean, it's obvious in your craft. You're just like, you just handpick all of these artists and you just like put some tracks together, and that's so dope, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, we were talking downstairs. We have a great conversation. I mean, and to touch on what we were just saying about like how in the past we would be nervous about like, oh shit, like that person's dope. What would I say?
Yeah.
But you said Kendrick Lamar downstairs. Yeah, and you don't know what you would say if you were to run into Kendrick?
No idea. Absolutely no idea. I mean, if I was like, you know, like if I like was in passing, I know, you know, I could say something that he's probably heard a bunch of times. Your music's really inspiring, like stuff that is very true to me, but is gonna sound to everyone really basic, you know.
But do you think even though he's heard it before and he's heard it numerous amounts of times, does it dilute the quality of that comment to him? Being an artist and receiving that compliment,
because I'm not, you know what I mean? Because it's like it doesn't for me, but it's like you know,
it might for him.
It might for him, and it's like, you know. Then you think about, am I saying this for him or for me to say it to feel good about myself? Like there's a bunch of different things you could weigh, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like if you feel like it should be said, maybe say it. Like, you know, but I don't know, like, you know, because I have been in rooms with artists like I really looked up to, and I did make it known, and it was like, whether or not they took it as that, it was because like I wanted them to know that like that was genuine. You know what I mean? Like, I really like listen to your shit every day. Like, you know what I mean? This one song really meant a lot to me when I was going through this, and like, you know, it might not mean anything to them, but it might. You know what I mean? You never know. You know,
dude, it's crazy how music can change the course and direction, the trajectory of your day, of your feeling.
Absolutely.
I was, you know, in preparing for you to come on, I was working out, and the song that I chose was Jumpstart with You and Stun and the bonus track. And that shit goes off.
Thank you.
Stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
And like the versatility that you have, like if you could come out with a song like that, and then you could release a track like Sunny. Or like Moonlight, man.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I like all different, you know, I just make what I like, and you know, I kind of just try and itemize it by project and like vibe and things like that. But, you know, thank you. Yeah. I definitely, Jumpstart is like, it's one of my favorite songs to perform with the band. We like, even when I don't want to do it, we always end my set with Coming Home, or almost always, and then like we're done, and I'm like walking off stage. and then someone starts playing. Someone's like, usually my keyboardist Des, he'll just start playing the bass line because the band is like, nah, fuck it, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? Just do it. Yeah. And it's always hella fun. Yeah, you know, it's like you said, music is visceral. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, dude, what kind of music you make, what kind of music you listen to, like that's gonna change your day, dude, and that's gonna change your week. You know.
On top of that, you got fucking experience with live performance. You know, recording in the studio and releasing tracks consistently and navigating that with quality is one thing, but to have to perform with top chefs. Yeah. And to go to these notable venues and just perform. I mean, what brings the most dopamine in this industry that is, you know, recording in your studio, and let's say the other end of the spectrum is being on stage? What's the thing that brings you the most dopamine?
That's a good ass question. I think it depends entirely. You know, we're working on an FNG album. I think you're the first platform I've mentioned that on. I don't know if anyone else, you know, there's 16 other people who could have talked about it. Honestly, I have a big hand in kind of executive producing it, but I haven't done much recording for it. Yeah. And other than that, Communal Healing, which is my album, the Sutra album, Rent Check, which I executive produced, Family First 2, which are my 4 most recent projects. I did most of the recording of that before COVID and during COVID. And so really I have not made a ton of music other than one-off sessions in 2 years. Wow. Maybe 3 years now. It's 2024. You know, so I was saying before downstairs is I was this project with my best friend Arun Desai, and we paid some money to a marketing service, and we knew the people personally. And I won't say them because they're it wasn't entirely their fault, and they're fixing it. But we got scammed. Our project got taken down. The streams were fraudulent. All that shit. And that was 2020, end of 2020. And ever since then, I was like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck about any of that internet shit. I want to meet the people who listen to my music. I want to shake their hands. I want to da-da-da. So I started performing hella. And then it started working. I started getting booked more. I started getting paid to perform. Then we started throwing shows. Then FNG started throwing shows and all this. And I was just outside. And so since then, it's it definitely comes from performance. You know, it comes from rehearsing, performing, live music, you know, just doing the band. You know, that's always been a big part of my life. You know, I was in bands growing up, everything. So that, you know, I definitely feel the dopamine from performing. I love it. You know what I mean?
It's irreplaceable, huh?
For sure.
That shit is nuts.
But now I am thinking you know, Sutra album is coming out. Family First 3 is coming out, you know, which is kind of the last thing where most of it was recorded already. And that's going to be coming out in the fall. And now I'm all right, I have no music. You know, people, you know, you play your new shit. I have a few songs, whatever. No music, so now I'm kind of doing that thing where I'm well, I kind of hit a lot of the goals. I was I want to put out an album, I want to tour, I want to da-da-da. I want to be an artist. And now I'm looking up, okay, I'm an artist, done a lot of this cool shit I wanted to do. I want to do a lot more. So now I'm thinking about transitioning back into that creation mode. But for the past 3 years, it's I did a Spotify wrapped thing where I did the amount of shows I played, and I think it was
a 142.
Damn, you know the number. I didn't know that. Yeah, but
I'm Asian. Remember? I'm a numbers guy.
142 shows played last year.
Dude, that's fucking nuts, man. That's so crazy. 142 shows is so wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, month of May. I'm about to put up my calendar tomorrow, and I think I have 25 shows for the month of May.
Oh, what?
And then I host trivia 3 times a week. So
look at that, man. Dude, look at that, man. I get hyped if I could go do an open mic, if I had the time to do a mic or something, or sing karaoke, man. Yeah. I mean, the feeling that you must get from these people are here to see Sutro, these people are here to see Aft. Yeah. It's an absolute blessing.
Crazy 142. Thing is, karaoke is my biggest fear.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Stop.
I've never.
What's so scary?
it's going on stage and not being prepared for the show.
The lyrics are on the screen.
I can't read. I'm dyslexic.
Oh shit! So
and also just like that like to be like, oh, I have to read the lyrics to know the lyrics. Like that's just terrifying to me.
Damn.
Like you have to give me a hammer to do karaoke.
Whoa, that's nuts. Because like karaoke doesn't seem as vulnerable because it's an obvious cover. It's not a live band that you have to kind of non-verbally communicate with. Whereas performing your own shit is so vulnerable because it's your stuff. It's the things that you write down on a notepad behind closed doors.
Yeah, but I guess because I perform. I mean, the real thing is for me, and this any artist who's trying to do live band stuff, I'll say is like, once you do live band, you realize it's actually way easier than doing anything else because everything you do, I mean, and this is performing in general, but especially with live band, anything you do can be intentional. Yeah. So there's pretty much every show, but especially like, you know, there's main moments where I've like fully fucked up and I do 4 bars and then I realize I forgot my verse and I stop rapping. And then I just make it look like, I want you to think about those 4 bars.
And we chilling.
And my keyboard player keeps going. You know what I mean? They keep going. So they're like, ooh, he's letting it sit. You're
absolutely right.
And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, what's my next bar? Fuck. You know what I mean? But as long as I keep it cool, it's like, or you know, even if I turn my back to the stage, walk back, and like sometimes, you know, Sunday usually sings with me or Ash usually sings with me, I'll go to them, I'll be like, I don't remember. Just, you know, and then we'll improvise and we'll be like, all right, we're going to teach you we're going to do call and response, whatever, you know what I mean?
Teach you the hook, right?
It don't matter, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a live band, so everyone's just in the music, you know what I mean? Like, so that's honestly like, there's a lot that goes into preparation for a live band, but especially like, you know, my keyboard player is a real church player, you know what I mean? So it's like, he'll play, you know, unless we have a very rehearsed ending, I can count on him to keep playing the
dude. That's
you know
the thing about some
like,
live band. Yeah,
once the track is over with the DJ, it's like they could spin another track if they know, but they're assuming that you want to be done, and then you're like, oh no, like I don't have nothing to say, whatever. It's like people always come to me like, bro, just you talking over the keys sounds beautiful. You know what I mean? It's like. It's kind of a cheat code, you know what I mean?
It's that presence you got, man. You got that Nick Fury presence. Everyone listens to like Sam Jackson when he talks.
What's crazy is my government name is Jackson. I'm named after Samuel L. Jackson.
Whoa, what the fuck? So this by coincidence or from something divine?
Something, but yeah.
Wow, that's nuts. Damn, dude. I mean, like it's. I guess it was meant to be that you were to like bring all these artists together out in your studio, man. But yeah, live performance is something that is irreplaceable. I used to be a wedding singer. And
what?
Yeah, I was that guy.
Holy shit!
So I've done some weddings, and it's something you are so right in the sense that if you fuck up, you got them to rely on. It depends. It's what's dependent is like how do you bounce back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How do you play off of that thing? Because sometimes I'll forget the words, but I'll just keep going, and no one notices. They're too drunk at the wedding.
Yeah.
Or let's say I'm a little flat on a note, and then like I've definitely had someone come on and be like, you know what? Like that was kind of jazzy what you did.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Oh, that was a really interesting choice. I was like, yeah, you know, I just went for it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
dude.
Like, nope, shit the bed. But cool, you think that? You know what I mean? Like,
dude, it's so cool. I mean, it doesn't matter that you have no music. You're not that's like about to like in the works type of thing.
Yeah.
Because you're doing. You know, Bruno Mars will drop an album in 2021, and then like we'll tour it for 2 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, I feel like, not even hating, but we're like, you know, singles is the way, whatever. And that I definitely see that for people pushing a song, contenting it, whoop-de-whoop, but. You know, I pushed the album because I believed in it, and it paid off. You know, so I'm hella grateful for the people who believed in that, and you know, I just be creative, thinking about shit. Like we're about to do this 1 year anniversary of the album in July. Me and my brother Andre Renee, who painted a painting for every song, so we're gonna do like a paint and sip kind of live show, art ensemble exhibit, and. You heard it here first, too. I made puzzles of all the artworks
Wow.
You know what I mean? As like a bonus collector's kind of thing. Like the top chefs have aprons. Like just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I that's like, you know, it's like, it's very anti-Bay because my music is like, the music that is very hyphy. But the mindset to me is like, I got so much game of the out the trunk, like, you know what I mean? Like I look at the folks, you know, Mass, Quinn, Selsky, like Jack, and like they were getting it a bunch of different ways, you know what I mean? Like clothing brands, stores, skate company, whatever. Like I used to have a FTC, I used to skate, I used to have a FTC San Quinn skateboard, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just like different ways to get the bag, you know? So it's like, I'm always just thinking like, oh, what might people like? You know what I mean? Like, Sutro just made a wine.
I saw that, dude. I mean? That's like, so dope.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I would love to get fucked up off that wine, man.
I ain't gonna lie, it's very high percentage.
I saw you guys were you guys had like a little ad out, and you guys were outside talking about it. And what's the percentage on that thing?
I don't know, but it's like I had 2 glasses and I was feeling myself, and I'm a big nigga who drinks. So, you know, I was definitely like, damn, that's not 2 glasses of wine. The other thing is it's sparkling, so it's like champagne. It goes, it hits you right. You know what I mean?
Oh man, the ladies gonna love the sparkling too, man.
That's why we made it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I've been a sparkling.
We're 3 men, so we were like, all right, let's do something that woman will like, because the biggest thing is no one ever wants to be in a room full of men.
Nah,
you know?
dude.
Like no person of any race, gender, sexual orientation is like, you know what sounds great is a room full of men.
Dude, yeah,
no other genders.
No one's just like,
no one, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what sounds great is a sausage fest right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like even like gay nightclubs, you know what I mean? Like in Europe, especially, I do a lot of performances in nightclubs. A lot of them are like LGBTQ nightclubs, and it's like, you know, it's like you still want, like, even if it's a gay men's nightclub, it's like, well, you still want like a couple women there dancing because feminine energy is still like important.
Well,
you know
this is the thing.
Like,
I've talked about this before, but like, let's take your conventional club.
Yeah.
Vultures. Men are vultures, just ready to like to pick on the fucking scraps type of thing. They're just kind of they got a drink. They're up next to the water, they're scanning. Yeah, you know, scanning. They're
insane.
Vulnerable target.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you go to a gay club, because I got a lot of friends in the LGBTQ community, so I definitely like would go to these gay clubs and whatnot. Drinks are cheaper. Yeah. The bartenders treat me nicer there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The girls are freer there because there's less.
Vultures.
There's malice. There's less vultures there, dude. There's actually no vultures there because that vulture would get destroyed by some of the gay the gay birds. Yeah, you know, like not. Yeah. It's boosts your confidence. Yeah. I was in Miami last month and I went to a gay club at like
that's a real scene.
Oh, dude, I didn't even realize it was a gay club until I started pissing at a urinal. Some guy looked to the left, looked down at my dick while I was peeing. Yeah. I got gun shy, so I couldn't go. And he pats me on the back. He says, "Congratulations." Zips up, and he walks out. And I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. And then I walk out. I'm like, "Oh, it's a gay club that I'm at, bro." But yeah, dude, it's I don't even know how we got to gay clubs. What were we talking about prior? I mean, but we'll bring it back to Europe because I did want to talk about Europe because like you performed in London. Like you got a clip out there. You did So Far Sounds in London.
I'm screaming, what now? What now? This world, it can be cutthroat. Feel unseen up in a glass house. Got me feeling we should slow down. When I was screaming, what now? What now? This world, it can be cutthroat. Feel unseen up in a glass house. Got me feeling we should slow down.
Yeah.
And you performed What Now, right?
Yeah. I there's a video of What Now, there's a video of Fly Away, but I did a full set. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, incredible, bro.
Yeah.
With the keys and you say like cutthroat. You know, it's just it's so
Thank you.
That's true. And you could tell the crowd's feeling it. They're all just in crisscross applesauce and just watching. And like if I'm feeling that secondhand from a video, I wonder what that felt like for you to perform for like, you know, something as established as So Far. Yeah. In a beautiful city like London. Man. You get to travel for this shit, bro.
Yeah, you know, that's like being grateful is something I'm really learning. You know, I'm very grateful about like my life and the opportunities, but I'm learning to be more grateful about like where I'm at musically. You know, because it's really a disease. Not you might feel it too. It's like every morning I wake up, I'm like, I gotta do more. I mean, you know, like I looked at my June calendar and I was like, I only have 11 shows. I'm a fucking failure. You know what I mean? Which is like unobjectively insane thing to say.
Crazy,
you know what
dude.
I mean? But that's just how my brain functions.
You getting mad at that makes me want to run into the wall as fast as I can.
But you know, when I really take stock, like I'm like, yeah, it is hella tight. Like I get paid and get flown to like go to places that like some people I've never even heard of. You know what I mean? To do music, you know, and like you said, like live music is like one of the last things that can be replaced. And like I really feel that performing, like that's why I like it so much, is like whenever I'm like, damn, bro, should I like quit and get a job in tech or finance? And then I think, and I'm like, if capitalism falls, let's hope, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or if this shit falls, you know what I mean? Then a lot of those jobs are just made up.
It's whatever,
you know, but like music is a real thing that, like you said, it changes your day, it changes your capacity, and it is everlasting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not to knock, like, the people who are doing that, you know, get your money, and if you're passionate about it, I love that for you. But like, that's what I tell myself is like, I'm doing something to me that like is instilled in whether or not you want it, the vibrations of everything. Like, you know what I mean? Music comes from heartbeats and blood pumping and just like,
oh, it is.
You know what I mean? Like it's a visceral thing that we go through. But yeah, and especially Europe, you know, I'm super blessed. I have a really big base in London. A lot of folks I collaborate with out there. Actually, my biggest fan base is in Austria.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Man, dude, you know who you should collab with is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I thought you were gonna say Adolf Hitler.
Oh, dude, you should fucking collab with the hits.
With the hits. Hits got the hits.
Yeah, not different hit boy.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he has way too many hits.
Yeah, he does.
Dude, no, like that's so cool to have like an international fan base. I remember when I first started this podcast and I saw that we had a listener in fucking Yugoslavia. I was just like, what do they want with my shit?
Dude, they're obsessed with the Bay Area.
Crazy. That's what it is. It's the Bay Area, man.
Yeah. And like I said, there's very little documentation about it, you know, but a lot of people are very obsessed with the Bay Area. And for how little, like, you know, like people are obsessed with lots of places, but a lot of other places have way better documented footage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Of what's going on.
Not the Bay Area, dude.
No, not at all.
It's always so surprising. Like in a movie, I was watching Venom, and I was just like, "Oh, this shit takes place in San Francisco."
Yeah,
you know, that's so nuts, man. Yeah. But like it's true. I mean, like when someone comes to California, tourists, they want to come to California. They want to see San Francisco.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, I remember how we got to that gay nightclub.
How was it?
The sparkling wine, dude.
Oh yeah. Okay,
that's what it is. That I appreciate that you guys take unconventional strides to push your art. How'd that come about?
The wine?
Sure, yeah.
Or just unconventional in general.
Like how does just the thinking outside the box happen for y'all?
It's just how I do it. Like, you know, a lot of times shout out my boy cousin Mitch, really. The first thing came with the beer. I made a beer called Communal Nectar. Insane they let me have that name, but
that's so crazy. That's dope.
I made a beer. I did a beer release with Drake's Brewing Company.
Oh shit! And then you and Grando went there to.
Yep. And we tried the beer. We did the food thing. You know what I mean? It's all, you know. Like I said, this is a universe. You know.
Come on.
So yeah, me and Grando went over there. We tried my beer. That was really our first time trying the beer. It was hella good. Wow. You know. And part of that was like to integrate, you know, craft beer is like a phenomenon and it's seen as such a white space, whereas, you know, companies and product placement like advertises less healthy beer to Black and brown communities. You know what I mean? And there's money to be made and culture to be shared in craft beer, you know what I mean? And part of that came from wanting to make it more accessible to Bay Area natives, Black and brown communities, you know, and I was just like, you know, it'd be dope.
That's so cool that you did that.
And then, you know, but it's like, so to me, it's always thinking outside the box. Like I'm always looking around, like, you know, how can I continue to grow myself, grow my brand, do things that I love, and tie it back to my music. You know what I mean? And help my community grow. And like, you know, like we were talking about early on in the conversation, gentrification. Like, part of the realization is like the reason San Francisco is so gentrified and so anti-Black in so many ways is like, I was in school, and the people in my communities were not learning what the tech companies were demanding.
Yeah.
You know, and so then they're forced out because they don't qualify for the jobs that are being posted.
It changes the community, man.
You know, and so like I just think about how can I use music and my persona to expand my you know, fan base, while also giving back and growing my community. You know, so doing the craft beer, and showing that pathway and being like, hey, other artists, you could do this. You know what I mean? I never, like, you know, anyone who ever asked me, I'm like, this is how I did it.
Mm-hmm.
You could try it that way, you could try it a different way. Hey, you know, young artists out the Mo, young artists from Vallejo, like, think about doing a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, maybe do a sandwich at your local sandwich place. You know what I mean? And be like, hey, can I have 1% of the sandwich? And I'm going to try and get hella people, you know, to come to the spot, whatever, you know, revitalize the community. So that's how we did the beer. And then for Sutro, we're making a beer as well, but we were like, it'd be tight to do a wine. You know, the album is like kind of hella masculine, and you know, we want to have a wine. A wine is really cool. You know, we're trying to reach communities that don't like beer. You know, I've done the beer already, and my manager Rupesh hooked it up. Purity, through our boy Casey Grams, and yeah, you know, it just kind of fell into place. Yeah. And so with the beer, it was like on tap percentage split kind of thing, and this was like they made it for us and we bought it, and then we're gonna, you know, sell it.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you've tackled this thing in so many different ways, and that's what's gonna get you known and be like, oh shit,
yeah, and just really to show people it's possible. You know what I mean?
Possible.
Like you could do, you know, there could be it can't be that bad, like beer. You know what I mean?
That'd
like,
be great. Yeah, whiskey is what I'd probably go for. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and people just say it can't be that bad.
It can't be. Yeah,
can't be
that bad.
No, it's really cool, and it's true inspiration, because like, how many creatives do we know that start something but never finish it?
Right.
Or like, you know, I've definitely come across homies and like other artists that they're just ideas.
Yeah.
And ideas are great, but ideas are it's nothing. Oxygen is more than ideas until you make it happen, right?
Yeah. Facts.
You got to put that shit on paper. You got to make that a physical, tangible thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's exactly what you did, dude.
Yeah.
Start off with a thought, and then boom, turn into an actual thing that I can consume and get messed up off.
Yeah.
It's cool. Shout out to you and to Sutro.
Yeah.
You guys came out with Real Death.
Yep.
That shit was fucking banger.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's so dope. You got Nump on there.
Yeah.
You got fucking Neff on there. You got some legends on there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Top of the City too.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
so
you, man. Thank you.
Cool. And the artwork is sick as fuck, man.
Thank you.
It's just all around art. I think that you're an artist in so many in its truest form.
Thank you.
Outside of just the music.
Thank you. That really means a lot, especially coming from you.
Talk on that. Talk on Real Death real quick, and Sutro, and like what Sutro means to you and what Real Death meant to y'all when that dropped.
Yeah. So Real Death is the first official collaboration between me and Baghead ever. Baghead FNG's only like producer, you know, as his main title. You know, he's a bunch of other multi-hyphenate. But we made that's one of those songs we made. So DJ Say had a studio under Market, like right by the Supreme store, in 2020. And we made that you know, that was the first song I ever made with Baghead, like one of the first Sutro songs back in late 2020. It was me, DJ Say, Nick Fury, who's, you know, that's my cousin, and Bag. And then we added, you know, Gable later, but we were just in that studio making hella music, shooting hella, just trying to figure out how to get it out the mud kind of thing. And I'm super sad. I'm super glad that it's able to see the light of day. We doing this Sutro rollout. It's kind of like being in a time capsule. A lot of those. Top of the City was made pretty recently, but a lot of the other songs are like made a while ago, and
because it was 3 singles and then
3. So we're doing this thing called a waterfall release, which I can't really explain. I call my manager, but I won't. But, it's like each next song is an EP of that other songs and then the song that's coming. So we're dropping actually tonight at 9, Careless, which is our newest single featuring Mr. Fab, and it will like have the other 4. Yeah. And then we drop the next one, which is Quality Time, with Journey Be the Reason, Ash and Love Tolly. And then the album comes out, and then the whole album is there, and the streams all like waterfall into each other, I guess is how it works. I don't understand the internet, but yeah.
Sounds like you hate the internet a little bit.
I do. I definitely do.
You think you'd rather be navigating this industry, being the guy that's like handing out CDs?
Absolutely. That's kind of. I'm on the internet. You know what I mean? Because I'm not dumb. So I post like 2 times a day. People are like, "You're actually on the internet." I ain't, for sure. But like I said, I did 142 shows. I made CDs. I sold CDs at every show. I moved CDs like they're dope. You know what I mean? I'd be selling them hard copy, deluxe edition, unreleased songs, art booklet inside of it.
So dope.
And that's really where I get the juice from, and like I said, the real fans that fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, and I keep the internet going because I'm always doing shit and I'm always in, rocking with other people and shit. So I'm in people's minds that way. Yeah. But really, like, the wheels keep turning from those, like, 100 real fans that I've gathered from looking them in the eye saying, "What's your name? Appreciate you, bro. Here's a CD. Tap in with me." You know what I mean? Like, if you come to the city, let me know some recommendations. Like, let me, wherever I'm at, like, let me know where to eat at. Like, real genuine shit that, like, for me means a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because we know how it is being busy humans. Our energy is finite.
Yeah.
And so it's a no-brainer to funnel that energy into someone that really fucks with something that you put the rest of your energy into, like your music, man, like your performance. How could someone watching you at MoMA see you perform and not want to talk to you afterwards?
Racist, probably.
Yeah, those fucking racists. He's real good, but I don't like
him.
I don't like him for some reason, but I'm not gonna bob my head, but I'll download it later. I'll tell all my friends he's white, I guess. Oh, dude. Yeah, like, it's what advice do you have for people that are starting to get into music, into art, into the industry, and like what hurdles could they avoid that you ran into?
And keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing, keep recording, keep dropping, like whether it's an hour a day or 100 hours a week, like whatever time you're willing and choosing and able to put it in.
Yeah.
You're gonna grow if you keep doing it. Like you can't, you know what I mean? You can't not.
Yeah.
If you're putting in hours. And in terms of hurdles, like, you're gonna hit them. Like, there's, you know what I mean? Like, I could give advice like, don't do this, don't do that, but everybody's career is different. You're finna have hurdles, it's a marathon, but it is like, it's also track and field. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hurdles. Bro. There's gonna be different things you're gonna have to do. Like, you just gotta do them. Like, I feel like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like people said to me is like, just keep doing it. And then I would see like folks I fuck with who stopped doing it, and they, that was the only mistake they made. You know what I mean? Like,
stop doing it, because
you never know what it means to who it means. You never know what it means to who it might mean something. You know what I mean? Like,
dude.
So keep making art. Like, if you feel compelled to make art, and like adapt to your life. Like some people work full-time jobs and do art, you know what I mean? And really do art, and some people like do some other shit, you know what I mean? In order to make the art work, like don't let like society fuel you into like, I got to do this full time, you know what I mean? And I said that as someone who does it full time, you know what I mean? It's like, that's not the choice for everybody. Like art is art and humans are humans. So those are tied together, So just do the art. Like, you feel me? That's all I could really ever say.
Dude, we were just talking about Loe Gino.
Yep.
He works 60-hour weeks.
Yeah.
And he still makes art, man.
Right. And like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Is like, people be like, what? I thought he was on. He is on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's making beautiful music. He's got a beautiful fan base and it's ever growing. He just happens to work 60-hour work weeks.
Yeah. Dude, if you could sell lavender candles while working 60-hour work weeks.
Yeah.
Then fucking do it. Like if he could do it, then you could do at least the fraction of that. But don't give up.
Right.
Don't ever give up, man. It's always
hard.
Can't
be that bad.
It can't be that bad whiskey. It can't be that bad whiskey coming out soon. Yeah, dude. It's La Russell says 10,000 shots. You might be at 9,999.
Right.
And all those could have been bricks. And that 10,000 shot is probably the next swish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could be so close and you'll never know. But like even if and it depends on what you're doing it for too.
Absolutely.
I mean, because self-fulfillment success is subjective. Yeah. So subjective. Yeah, for sure. If you want to be that objective guy where success to you is a Grammy, is X amount of streams, then okay, you got to put in the work for that, but you won't be satisfied until you get exactly that.
Right.
But like you could stay hungry but still nourished if you're performing 142 shows a fucking year. It's a beautiful thing what you're doing, bro. Yeah.
Thank you.
What are some of the thank you, man. Appreciate that. What are some of the hardest moments? Like if you could give me some specifics, like were there any cusping moments where you're just like, man, I don't know.
In terms of wanting to give up or just in terms of difficulty or?
In terms of wanting to give up, or if you want to go outside of the realm of music, just kind of like, what do you think were some turning points for Aft that made Aft who he is today?
I think COVID was the first one. I was a senior in college. COVID hit my last semester. I was planning on moving to LA. Moved back to the Bay. Never ever planned on moving back to the Bay. Was like, damn, should I, think about getting a job? Like, what am I doing? Like, with my life. World really shut down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I getting unemployment. Got a few more recording tools. Started making music. Started pushing the music, releasing songs, every week, every month, type of thing. Going well. I was like, before then I was mostly writing other people's songs, and I never thought I would ever, I always thought my music would just be a real hobby that I didn't even put out music or whatever. I would just make it for fun. So that was a turning point. And then, like I said, the scamming, paying a marketing agency. People that we knew, people that, we thought we could trust. EP gets taken off DSPs. And I was like, damn, what the I thought I was doing everything right. I was uploading songs. I was paying for it, paying marketing agencies to promote my shit, getting it right. I was engaging. I was trying to post content on Instagram. I was like, fuck it. Maybe I should just quit. Like, what's the point? Yeah. I've been spending all the money I make on marketing, and now it's all fake? Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. So that was another turning point. Then I did a live show at Summit Sessions. Shout out to them. And hella people were tapping in. They were like, yo, I seen your Summit Sessions. It was so dope. Mm-hmm. And then I did my first live show after COVID. And that kind of I was like, all right, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And then writing that out, putting out the album, touring the album, really just tapping in. I brought this band from London, Steam Down, most amazing band I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Brought them to San Francisco to do a show. Brought, my boy DJ Lucas Papo, subject. You know, brought a bunch of people to Frisco, took Frisco to the world. And then like my album made a bunch of like best album of the year lists and stuff like that. And then honestly, that was the hardest point of my journey, is like looking at my bank account and looking at how little money I was making, how much money I was losing, looking at everyone, you know, not everyone, you know, I'm still not shit, but like publications I used to read as a kid saying Family Not a Group is the future.
Yeah.
Communal Healing, one of the best records, you know, like like getting recognition from people you know, I was raised on and raised with, and being like, I'm still poor and living with my parents, and like, you know, what's the fuck? And then, you know, from there just being like, but look at all this, like what, like I was saying before, like be grateful, like bro, you just did a tour around the world. You got to meet fans that you really have in places where they don't speak your language, and they learned a few words to talk to you. You know what I mean? I did a show in Valencia, Spain. Never been there before. I did a show, the room was packed. We start the song, and they're doing the words before I started. We did What Now? And I literally heard like the entire crowd go, what now? And I literally like, I turned, my guitarist is like, I think they're saying the words. And then the drummer like yells at us from behind the drum set. She's like, I'm hearing feedback. Like, I need the sound man to like fix the feedback. I'm hearing only a reverb. And like, we turn back, we go, no, that's the audience.
Wow.
And she's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And it was one of those shows where we're like, oh, okay, probably two people will walk in and be like, oh, American. Oh, you know, my band was from all over Europe. So they were like, oh, the international band, we'll come. And it was full, you know what I mean? And like, moments like that, I was just grateful for. And then since then, I've been on that, like, live in the moment, look at the past, be grateful for what you have, like, and that rolled into like, Selsky hit me up, and suddenly I'm playing Selsky's music. My live band is playing Selsky's music, you know, it's a Frisco legend. And now, like, you know, shout out to him. He really took me under his wing. Wow. And we're doing this really big show on June 15th that you and you should come to. I don't know if it'll even be out by then, but
this episode will be out.
My live band is playing Be Legit, Drew Down, D-Lo, like hella different Bay Area artists, music live. And, you know, so just real, like, you know, your journey is different than everybody else's, you know what I mean? And I stopped comparing, I stopped competing, and I just was like, I'm competing with myself, first of all, but also like, fuck that, it's not a competition. I'm running in the park. You know, it's a marathon, but it's like, it's a soft marathon. It's life. Yeah. You know, sometimes you stop, go smell some flowers, maybe you backtrack because you saw a pond, you know, a couple miles back, so you go back to that pond. You know, and then maybe you're like, oh, fuck it. You know what I mean? I want to get further ahead. So you do a little sprint, you know, and you sit at a picnic table, like, whatever. I could keep talking about this metaphor of a park forever. But really, like, what it means is, like, you're going at your own pace. Your pace is going to change. Your goals is going to change. Yeah. Don't be afraid of the side quests. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes Nick Fury be popping up in a random Marvel movie for one scene. Yeah. Don't be afraid to pop up in that one scene. Sometimes he's the center and he's calling the Avengers, and they're really trying to save the world type shit. Sometimes it's like this nigga Ant-Man is crying about his daughter. Yeah. Both important quests, you know what I mean? Yeah, so man. Like, that's kind of where I'm at now, is like, let me just focus on like what I'm doing, being a better man, being a better artist, and like, some days I might feel like backtracking. Some days I might feel like I took a leap. And if you let that shit affect you, then, you know, this journey's never going to work.
Dude, it's all experience at the end of the day, man. Yeah. It's all experience. It's all life, and life inspires the art, you know, obviously. Because without experiencing those highs and those lows, then you wouldn't be able to write something dope, you know? And what is a dope podcast. Or do a dope podcast, you know, man? Like, I struggle with my own mental health. I struggle with my own happiness. Yeah. And that helps me become a more curious mind, and that helps me converse with others and relate with others and learn from others. I'm like, oh, shit. I should be grateful for this. Or like, oh shit, I'm not alone that I'm sulking about this.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
brings me some sort of solace,
Right,
bro.
yeah.
It is really life. I mean, like when you said side quest, that definitely perked my ears because I'm a gamer. And so I was just like, I always complete all my side quests.
Yeah.
And I always, and I've been saying this a lot ever since Frack came on, but everything you do is just making you level up. So let's just keep leveling up, man.
Absolutely.
Let's just keep doing that. Yeah, man. It's beautiful what you're doing, dude. And I think a lot of people, without you knowing it, like see you from a distance and you don't even know them. And like
thank you, I appreciate
what
it.
y'all are doing, what you're cultivating, both as a collective and both individually as Aft.
Yeah.
You are, it's inspiring, man.
Thank you.
It's art.
Bro,
so
thank
like
you
on
so
those
much.
days where you're thinking like shit, like when that imposter syndrome hits.
Yeah.
You were saying like even though you're doing all these things, like you're spending like your last dollar on
Yeah,
but sometimes you gotta invest your last dollar on a gold mine, bro.
Absolutely.
Like what? Like, come on, man! People buy avocado toast for $15. The fuck they doing?
I mean, literally, that's my main like saver. Is I'm not out here buying avocado toast. Like, I buy my avocados and my bread from Costco and I make it myself.
You make it yourself, bro. Yeah. Make it yourself, dude. Because like otherwise, I mean, like, is it ever gonna be an option for you to do like a to hop on even or to like pay what you want type of thing?
Yeah. So I got approved by Even.
Dope.
And we're doing the Sutra album on Even.
Dope. I'm gonna buy it for sure.
But and like I said, like I do pay what you want for a lot of my merch.
Nice.
At tables and stuff like that and online.
Mm-hmm.
And I make I make money from that. You know what I mean? Like I said, like a lot of my experience is like the negative and the positive is that the positive is you got to come experience this live.
Yeah.
See Family Not a Group live and understand our real bond. See Afterthought and the Top Chefs live and really like get immersed and submersed in like the music and then, come to the merch table and whatever, chop it up. But the downside of that is the opposite, which is like, fuck, how do we translate that like in short form content? And this is what Frack talks about a lot, so that people other places can understand. Because you know what I mean? And so figuring out that balance, because like it is like, it is a balance. And but yeah, I definitely I feel blessed to like have been touring around the world and like be able to like give people my soul live through the music,
Giving people your soul, man.
No Diddy.
You've said some things on this podcast that are gonna stick around with me forever. Like
some things that'll get me canceled.
They're just all racist things, and it's
I hate the blacks.
Clip that. No, like you're right. It's like it's about collaboration. Music is collaboration because there's only 12 notes that fucking exist, and they've all been played by our ancestors in the past. So what are we gonna do with those 12 notes?
Right.
Yeah, you could play it like uniquely on your own, but I mean, you're definitely gonna come up with a nicer pool of things if you do it with other people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you. The way that I like to end this podcast, by the way, I don't know if you've been forewarned by other people that have come through, but I do have a comedy improv background, so we do an improv scene, or I like to provide the option to freestyle, or if you want to spit a written too.
No, I want to do the improv.
You want to do the improv for sure?
I'm looking forward to the improv.
Hell yeah, dude.
Are you kidding?
You done improv before?
In like high school,
You did improv in high school?
I did acting, and so like sometimes we would do improv warm-ups and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're familiar with kind of how it is.
Yeah. Well, yes and.
Yes.
All, I know nothing more than yes and.
Yeah, there's just science and structure to it, but we won't get into it. I just want to have fun here.
Okay.
So the scene could be inspired by anything and everything that we spoke about on this episode today, or it could be inspired by nothing at all. Just have fun.
I'm in your car. You take the wheel, brother.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good, bro. Without further ado, baddies, that's what I call my listeners.
Okay.
It can't be that bad. applause. Oh, that's sparkling. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You made this?
Yeah, I did. You like it?
I fucking love it.
Yeah, I got the grapes from Napa Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there, you know.
You own this winery?
The winery? No.
Oh,
no.
you don't own it?
No,
Okay.
I'm leasing.
Oh, you're leasing?
Yeah,
You could lease wineries?
Yeah, I'm leasing it from Kamala Harris.
Oh, from
Yeah.
You know
family
Kamala?
friend. Yeah.
Family friend?
Family. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, first lady now, but you know that's just Kamala to me.
I mean, you're the most important person that I think I've met.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say the same about you.
Thank you so
And
much.
I don't know who you are.
Oh, you didn't see me coming in, walking and talking on an important business call?
I didn't know.
Oh my gosh, I was just talking to Brad Pitt.
Really?
I'm homies with Brad Pitt.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a handsome white man.
Oh, he's just symmetrically perfect.
Absolutely.
He's so two-dimensional though.
Really?
Because he grew up pretty.
He did.
Yeah, they say if you grow up a bigger boy, you have a better personality.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Then I'm gonna have to start getting my son McDonald's.
Do it, because if he grows up with a six-pack.
He's very hot right now. No diddy.
No diddy. Yeah. Oh, ex-friends of someone I used to be with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? Not anymore?
Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're drawing the line there?
I just don't know. I'm very political like that.
You are.
Yeah, but still friends with R. Kelly, weirdly
Really?
enough. Yeah.
I mean, great talent. You know?
Great talent.
Pied Piper of R&B.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not trying to be rude, but maybe the girl I'm feeling you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I love R. Kelly. He actually huge inspiration to me making this wine. You know.
What's in this wine?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, how do you get it to sparkle like that?
Yeah.
What?
Real ingenuity.
You know, I'm not even mad about it.
Yeah.
I would
No
like
one
to.
is.
I would like to invest in your wine.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
All the money in my pocket right now.
Oh, I wasn't talking about money.
How much? Oh, well, let me drink this wine,
Okay.
and then I could build up more investment into your wine.
Perfect.
Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds great.
3 hours later, if I drink any more without, going to the bathroom, I think I'm gonna get a kidney stone.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
I think I'm ready.
I just love for you to try some whiskey.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Some whiskey.
Whiskey.
On top of all this wine?
Yeah. Custom whiskey.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
the custom?
It's called It Can Be That Good.
It can be that good.
Yes.
It can be that good
It'll
whiskey.
get you there.
How are these made?
Same formula.
Same
Yeah.
formula.
Yep. Aged in a wood barrel.
Aged in wood barrel.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Samples from all over San Francisco.
All over San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Castro to Hunters Point.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll try it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? It can be that good.
It absolutely can be, and it will be.
Holy shit. Cut to Channel 4 News. There's a news report stating how 47 people died from It Can Be That Good whiskey. This just in, we are hearing that a local whiskey from the Bay Area has blown up, but is also destroying people's innards because it's made of human piss from the Castro all the way to Fillmore. We have Afterthought over here that was an eyewitness to the fruition of this whiskey. Can we have any words, please?
Of course. Thank you very much, Channel 4, for having me. Avid watcher, big fan. So thank you. I haven't tried it. Thank God, of course. A couple of friends are more explorative, and they're currently at UCSF. So I'd like to issue prayers to them.
Okay.
It's an epidemic.
Wow.
And reminiscent of sort of, not to be hedonistic here, but Robert Kelly meets Puff Daddy cocktail.
Whoa, interesting.
Of just pure evil. If you track the steps, right, and of course I'm no Sherlock Holmes. I hate the cops. But if you track the company, right, the whiskey is made by a company that also makes wine that's been circulating around communities in the Bay Area. So I believe that the wine may also contain samples.
Samples.
Yes.
Similar samples. From the barrel and aged urine.
Yes. And there are sources that say that the distribution center is owned by the First Lady's family.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
This just in, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
The First Lady behind the manufacturing of the wine and whiskey that is causing an epidemic here in the U.S.
The Cursed Lady, some are calling her.
Oh, the Cursed Lady. Do you rap or something? Because you rhymed that real fast.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do rap actually.
Cut to a year later, Aft is blown up, grade A celebrity, rapping his new song about don't drink your piss awareness. Aft.
Thank you, New York City, Madison Square Garden. It is my 700th time performing in just 7 days. They said it couldn't be done, but I did it. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for supporting. You know, the piss was just the beginning. Then fuck Kamala came. Then bend Joe Biden over a barrel came. And just the litany of songs afterward. And I'd like to take this time to say that I'm officially announcing my run for president of these great United States.
Whoa, holy fuck, he's announcing. Are you still going to be doing shows?
I'm still going to do more shows.
That's crazy.
I'm going to turn the White House into a concert venue.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I'd like to announce that I have my own whiskey brand.
What's it called?
It's called It Can't Be That Bad.
Can't be that bad. That's good. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
The camera slowly zooms out on Aft as he performs his latest single called
I'm the motherfucking Presidente.
Oh, let's hear that.
No.
End scene.
No. You have to pay. You have to pay.
That's the first song that's going to be on Even.
Yeah.
Dude, you're good at improv.
Thank you.
You're good at holding a straight face. You're good at coming with the jokes. You're good at like the nonverbal communication that we had to have. Like there was like a lock in it. We're just like, okay, we're committing to the bit that we're pissing. This wine is piss. And this whiskey's also piss. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Dude, that was incredible.
Thank you.
Good shit, bro. Damn, dude.
That was really fun.
You should do more improv, man.
I'll host an improv night with you.
Legit?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the kind of shit I love.
Fuck yeah, I'm hella down.
Me and Frack have been talking for the longest about rappers do stand up.
Yeah.
But I'm super interested in like that kind of stuff. Like it's like the same as the beer. It's like a lot of people don't even know that they like improv, you know, and interactive improv could be like so cool for so many people.
Improv is just applicable in so many realms. Improv taught me how to talk to women. Improv,
still gotta learn that.
You seems like you got it down, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, man. Like talking to Frack about. I mean, there's a lot of translation between freestyle rap and improv.
Absolutely,
obviously.
Same part of your brain.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
Same part. It's just, and like being an unfiltered guy that I am, because I just kind of get silly and say some shit, like improv definitely works.
Is that Frack's freestyle list over there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was looking at it, I was like, this could only be a Frack freestyle list.
It's specifically 10 words.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, on his episode, he freestyled that. Yeah, check that episode out. It should be out by now.
Yeah.
It's by the time we're recording this, it's gonna be dropping tomorrow, actually.
Fire.
Dude, Afterthought. I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much for having me. This was so fucking fun.
Yeah, you're a well-spoken individual. You got a lot of insight and wisdom to you.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be hitting you up in the future if I just need some words to boost my confidence. But without further ado, dude, look into the barrel of your camera and tell the listeners, tell the baddies where they could follow you on social media, what they have to look forward to in the future.
Cool. What's up, baddies? It's Afterthought. You can follow me on Instagram at aft.fng. That's A as in Afghanistan, F as in fuck George W. Bush, T as in terrorist, period, like a menstrual cycle, F as in fuck George W. Bush, N as in Nigeria, and G as in godly. That's aft.fng. You can find me on all streaming at Afterthought. It's the picture that looks like a black man. There's also a white rock band from Australia. It's not that one. And the Suture album should be out by now. And look forward to Family First Volume 3 because I love a good trilogy.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was the dopest way to plug yourself. The way I plug myself is this. Hey, y'all. You can follow me at Christian Has Asthma. And yes, I do have asthma. And one last thing. Once again, look into the barrel of your camera and leave the listeners, leave the baddies with the phrase, a word, a saying that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Man, keep going. Keep your family first, whatever family means. And understand that life's not just a marathon, it's a walk in the park.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you dearly. Baddies, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. Peace. Bye.